Hey, it's Dr. Drema, and I'm here to talk about the difference between self-confidence and self-esteem. A lot of people get these two confused, and it's easy to understand why because they're both talking about how we feel in different situations, right? But here's the deal. Confidence means that you believe in your abilities. So you may believe in your ability to knit, or maybe you know that you're really good at giving speeches. Maybe you know you're really good. So when you know you're good at something, then you have a sense of confidence. So confidence is really about our belief in our abilities. And you may have great confidence in some of your abilities and no confidence in some of your other ones. And that's true for most people. Like, I may have confidence that I know how to drive really well, but I may not have that same confidence when it comes to being in bumper cars. So things like that. So your level of confidence is going to vary across different things because we're not all good at all things, right? None of us are. Nobody is really good at everything, although there are some people who seem like they're really good at everything. But it's the other piece that trips us up, right? The self-esteem piece. The piece of us that may not feel worthy. So self-esteem is really about how we feel about ourselves, about our value, about our self-worth. And so even though a person may be confident and they can go out and do things, they may not feel good about themselves. They may not feel good about their own worth or their own value, or they may not believe what other people may tell them. Because that internal sense of self, that's important. And so if you think of, there are so many celebrities, for instance, they go out and they do these amazing things on stage or in film, and then we hear about their private lives. Their private lives their private lives aren't so private, are they? Their private lives are a mess. They're addicted to drugs or alcohol or sex, having affairs. There are lots of different ways that they are engaged in self-destruction. And that's because those are people with no self-esteem. Sorry. Up close. It's blazing hot in Provence. And we don't have AC. This is not what we do in Provence. We don't have AC. So anyhow, let's continue talking about self-esteem. So self-esteem is that sense of how you believe about yourself. It's what you think about yourself, and it's really that internal sense. So if you don't feel good about yourself, chances are you're going to find ways to beat yourself up, to self-destruct, to do things that aren't optimal for you. And when you're not doing things that are optimal for you, you give yourself more reason to beat yourself up, and you give yourself more reason then to stay in this really vicious cycle. So one of the ways that people can work on building up their self-esteem is they can work on building up your confidence. So building up your confidence means you can do this several ways. You can do these always at all the same time. You can do something that you've been putting off. It doesn't have to be a big thing. It can be something as simple as cleaning your sink. But if you've been putting it off, chances are you're also feeling bad about it. And when we feel bad about it, we have a tendency to talk to ourselves meanly, nastily. We don't talk to ourselves nice when we are looking for this idea that there's something wrong with us. And so working on confidence means you do that thing, just one little thing, you do that thing, and then you get to say, I did a good job. Now, people will tell me all the time, why should I tell myself I did a good job? I just did something I was supposed to do, something that I should have done 6 months ago. Well, yeah, but you didn't keep putting it off. That means you get to take credit. Now, I'm a big proponent of people being able to take credit, because when we take credit for what we do, we're sending ourselves a message of value. We're sending ourselves a message of worth. So every time you say, yay for me, you're like getting a gold star internally. And that's what we all want. We want that good feeling. So let's tap into that good feeling. Now, you don't have to necessarily be a woo-woo person to believe that affirmations are great. Affirmations work so well because what you're doing is you're talking to your subconscious and saying, hey, it's time we got on this together. So when you get up in the morning and you say, I'm a person who gets things done, you become that person because you're telling yourself over and over again, I'm a person who gets things done. And then, yay, you're going to feel more motivated to get it done. If you're getting up in the morning and you're saying, God, I have so much to do, I don't think I'm going to get it done, you're going to find a way to not get it done. This is what we have to change if you want to work towards being more confident and having more self-esteem. So think of an affirmation that works for you. Now, if you're a person who is, let's say you're struggling with money. A lot of people struggle with money. We all have mixed up money stories. If you're struggling with money, here's what you need to do. You need to get up in the morning and tell yourself, I'm a person who has abundance. Now, abundance is not just about money. Abundance is about having things around you that you are thankful for, that you are grateful for, and you notice them. Because when you notice them, what you notice, you're going to get more of. If you're looking around and you're thinking, my life sucks, you are going to find evidence to find out just how much your life sucks. But if you get up in the morning and you think, I have abundance, and you look around and you can name all of the things that bring abundance to you, the things that you are so thankful for, that's when things begin to change for you. So it's not just working on the outside to build your confidence and self-esteem. We have to work from the inside. All of this is a process, and you have to work these things from the inside out. Your relationships, your business, your sense of self, this all comes from the inside. This all comes from us taking care of me. So I look around and I can be grateful for the fact that I have a roof over my head, that I have food to eat, that I have people who love me, and people that I love too. How much more do we want? We want more, but you don't get more until you exert gratitude for what you have. Once you start exerting that gratitude, you begin to feel fuller. And then you begin to feel like, maybe I'm a person of worth. And guess what? Even if you don't believe it, you are a person of worth. And that's what I want you to take away from this, is that you can make these changes. Now, some of these changes are harder than others. And the hard thing is that sometimes we really need accountability. We need somebody saying, whoa, 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 what did you just say to yourself? We also need somebody who says, you did a good job, when we're not saying that for ourselves. So I have this great program. I would love for you to check it out. It's called the Affluent Attitude. And the Affluent Attitude is not just about being wealthy. It's not just about a wealthy mindset, although it is very much about wealth. Because wealth and affluence are what we have around us when we have a sense of confidence and a sense of self-esteem that says, I can take on the world. I will be okay no matter what happens. And this is what a lot of people don't have, and this makes me really sad because working on yourself, it's a lifelong process. I'm working on myself all of the time because I'm worth it, and so are you. So I'm going to put that link in the bottom. It's a monthly coaching program. We'll have a Facebook group, and we are going to be changing ourselves. We're going to change ourselves so that we can change the world. So if there are things in your life that aren't working for you, relationship, communication, if your money story is really messed up, you need to join. I want to see you in there because I want to see you strive to hit your potential and know fully and deeply you are worth it.